Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today, because, you know, we've done mechanism now, there's no more for us to do within the mechanism. As you can see, I've kind of been sitting AFK now. It's been a while since I last done this, so if I get names of everything, I do apologise. Jesus Christ, it's still too loud as well. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So this is still going. I've just been sat AFK in that corner for ages, just waiting for this to be done, and it's still not done. So I thought, you know what, screw it, we'll just roll with it, just wait for it to do it itself while carrying on. Today's episode is kind of a filler between now and what I'm looking into doing next episode, because if you don't, I will spoil it and say now, but if anyone, oh, thank you. If anyone knows what forestry's bees are, they're a pain in the arse for me. I don't know why, they just are. But I'm looking at easy ways on like how to remember it and, you know, learn all that stuff. So that's what I'm going to look into doing next, because, you know, it's kind of, forestry is kind of a cool mod as well. Obviously, it's not just bees as well. If I do out forestry, I can show you. There you go, so out forestry. You know, you've got like some, like, oh, what the hell is that? You know, you can get farms as well. Farms is a good one. There's 23 pages of that. I'm not going to go through them all. That's Bibliocraft anyway. But yeah, so anyway, you get the idea. There's some stills, squeezer, moistener, that sort of stuff. Today's episode, I thought we'd do as a filler, just like I say, is to maybe install some stuff into our power armor suit. Now, if you don't already know, I have built some of these ahead of time. So I did make this elite battery just to see if I could actually make it, and it turns out I could, so that's good as always. And as you can see, battery, obviously to make the suit work, you need batteries on each one of these, I think. I know. And, you know, if you don't already know how this works, is HV capacitor. If I show you how to make a HV capacitor, I think you need to make the thing in the middle. I know it is. Yeah, it's the resonant flux capacitor. So it's literally, as you see, it's 4 wiring, 2 jellied enderium ingots, 1 shiny ingot, and obviously this. And this builds down all the way through. You know, you got your enderium ingots, pytherium dust, redstone, go down a tier, diamond, electrum ingots, go down a tier, invar, tin, down a tier, and start off at the base. So I'm gonna make another one of those, because what I want to do is I kind of want to make one on episode, and then I can obviously go through and do this off as episode, because it does feel like it would take a long time. So if I go here, and then we just need to put that back in the middle again. Nope, wrong one. I do apologise. So which one's leadstone? Okay, so it's this one. There you go. Invar first, then it's hardened. I mean, then it's not really hard to get this stuff. Like electrum ingots, you should already know how to make. It's the one in here, I think, isn't it? I can't actually remember now. It's been a while. Oh, here you go. Look, silver and gold. You know, that's not too hard. 2 electrum ingots from that. And then the next one down from that is the redstone one. No, we've done that one. Jesus. So yeah, like this is where it kind of slows down in the fact that we need enderium ingots, and we need enderium ingots and jellied enderium ingots. So enderium ingots we already know how to make, which is 2 enderium blend, pytherium dust, that gets 2 out, alpharium blend, tin, platinum, or silver actually, not silver, shiny. If I go shiny, here you go, look, we got 1 already. So if I, here we go, do this, and then it's just, in other words, it's just a really long process to keep doing this all the time. There you go. So what I need to do now is I need to get myself a bucket, and if you prepared ahead of time, like I've done, what you should have done is, with your, what are these called now? Magical crops. You should have a lot of these. As you can see, this has been going like crazy. What is it to make a, okay, so it's 8. Okay, 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. That's going to make us 64. No, that's going to make too many, you know, the things we need to make. Oh my god, I'm completely losing the plot today. I do apologise. Of all the days for me to pick to record this, it's the one when I'm losing the plot. It's fantastic, isn't it? What are these called? Ender pearls. There we go. We're getting somewhere. So that's going to make, there you go. So 64 of those bad boys. That's not too bad. I'm going to need that pouch back, please. Thank you. And the reason we need these is because if you didn't see that bucket on the last recipe to make the, if you don't already know how to make the resident ender bucket, you need, what's this, 50? Is it, no, it's not 50, is it? Yeah, I think it's 1,000 if I remember correctly. Yeah, but so you need to put 4 of these in, like this. So that makes 250 per mill buckets of each. Goes into the fluids transposer, and all you need to do is put your bucket in there, and that'll wait till it's at 1,000, and then you obviously get your, it'll start going in like that, and there you go, and there's your resident ender bucket, just like so. We also need the pytherium dust, I think it's that. So if I go U and then R, that's not, yeah, that's not too hard to make. Whack these bad boys in there just like that. wait for it to be done, and that's how you make those. So again, I think I've made those on episodes, not too hard to make. But the jellied enderium ingots, they're slightly harder to make. So as you can see, you need enderium ingot, and you need jellied crypherium. I've made crypherium before, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think I've shown it either. Same process as the pytherium. You need saltpeter or niter, snowball, a redstone, and a blizz powder. Blizz powder comes from a mob within the snow biome, which I've got one around like that direction somewhere, if I remember correctly. And there's these mobs called blizz and a thermal expansion, I think they're in for that mod. Don't quote me on that because I'm not quite sure. But I'll go out on a limb and say that they are in that. Yeah, and you just use it that really. And obviously you get the other one. No, hold on. Let me not explain and talk at the same time. There we go. And you get the other one for the crypherium dust, which is the saltpeter, I think it is. And those are from if you dig around at the bottom of deserts. That's how I find it really. It's crypherium dust. Yeah, like I said, I've got all the stuff ready. So I'm using niter, which I'm not sure. Oh, no. If you macerate or grind down sandstone. Sorry, I'm stuttering. It's this. Pulverizer. If you pulverize sandstone, you'll get an off chance of niter, and that's how I make it. Blizz powder, obviously, you know, I've said how I got it before. It's crypherium dust. All you got to do, I think I need to actually make 4 more of these, because if I'm... Oh, no, you need to make 10, actually. Tell a lie. So 4, 6, 8, and 10. There we go, just like that. Because what happens is, one of these makes 100 mil buckets, just like that. And we need to make ourselves, I think, 20, because we need 2 of the ingots. So we need to actually make ourselves 2, 4, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, I didn't run out as well either. So there you go. You need 20 of this crypherium dust to put in there. Because like I say, it's 1,000 per ingot. And if I go show you here, do we need to make some more? No, okay. I think we have enough, don't we? Where's the enderium ingots? There you go. 2 left. So if you're doing this on the fly as well, whack those in there like that. As you can see, that should slowly, because it's a lot of jellied crypherium, that will actually very slowly do that across there just like that. So now it's just a waiting game really. I mean, not that long actually. But yeah, so once you've done that, that's obviously how you make yourself a HV capacitor. Now, wait, what? Okay, that's a bit weird. Oh, there we go, okay. I got scared then. The main reason I'm doing this is because obviously you need your power first, and if you wanted to maybe, if you really wanted to, sorry, you could make yourself a solar generator first, because you can, there's different ways to generate power, rather than you having to take your suit off and put it in a, I don't know, whatever charging station suits your fancy. You can actually get a solar generator, and you can actually get a kinetic generator. And there's not one on the feet, I do apologise. But I'm pretty sure there's... Yeah, here you go. That's the last one, the thermal generator, as you can see. And that one's from you being around lava. You need a geothermal generator and a control circuit. For the kinetic one, which is probably the most easiest, because it's only 1 control circuit and 2 servo motors. And the last one, which is solar generator, you need 1 solar panel, which I think I made before, I'm not sure, and 2 control circuits for that one. But the control circuits in this one, in this, are actually quite hard to make. So if you haven't made one before... it shouldn't be a problem now because I've got like ingots for it and everything, but I'm just saying, you know, ahead for you guys, if you're watching this, obviously be aware because it might be a bitch. So there you go, HV capacitor, just like that. Really, you could only just do with 1 if you really wanted to, just have 1 on any helmet or whatever, but I'm going to go and put 1 on every single one of these. Crashes everywhere in the console then. But if you see these over here as well, you've got your little tinker table, is what we'll call it, I guess. But you've got this little section over here called Tinker, and this goes on most of, you know, these, whatever you want to call them. But every one of these kind of has their own Tinker, which means you can kind of customize how much it is. So if you watch over here, you've also got your details over here. You've got your weight, which is 2 kilograms, which is you just wearing, not wearing any wearing this armor, but being able to walk normally. So if I go back over here. Yeah, so 2 kilograms. Watch out when I increase the battery size. You see the weight actually creeps up to 10 kilograms. Now that's applied. As you can see now, I'm, you know, walking normally. But if I sprint, it's slightly slower. Not noticeable, bear in mind, but it is slightly slower. I think it might be the other one. I see 2. What about if I increase the one on the chest? Does that go any higher? Okay, so now actually, okay, so they've got their own separate weights, which I didn't actually find out, which I didn't know. So you see now the combined weight is 20 kilograms, which that one's, it's not necessarily noticeable, and I don't know why it should be. But yeah, if you really wanted to, you could do that, increase the battery size. IC2 tier, as you can see, you know what that means really. Freeze, obviously, I think it's 500 MJ per tick, or whatever it is for IC2. You get the idea. And 1 is obviously the maximum, the least, which is 250. if I'm correct. I'm not sure about that though. But yeah, so there you go. They've got their own separate weights, and obviously, as you can see here, they've got their own separate storage. With it combined, obviously, on the right-hand side, you're not going to need too much because, obviously, when you burn it, you're going to be generating it back at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make the kinetic generator, which is 2 servo motors and a control circuit. And then, obviously, once I've done this, you kind of get the idea of how this works. It's just the basis of, you know, actually making the things, which aren't too much of a problem, really. So servo motors. But what I will do is, actually I haven't shown that item off. It's flux crystal, which is redstone and a diamond. 200 mil buckets, sorry. So, and it's 2 redstone for that. So if I get 2 redstone, boop boop. Oh, I didn't actually say, but I actually moved the digital miner into the nether. So hence why, I don't know, it's not lagging that much in here. But then again, there's obviously cross into the nether, it'll obviously lag more. I will show at some point, maybe when it's done, because I don't really want to show it off just yet. We're going to need some more redstone. Because I want to kind of show it where there's a massive hole in the ground, just because I find that funny for some reason. So put that in there like that. 2 more in there, another 1 in there, because we're going to need 2 of these, bear in mind, for a servo motor. Pneumatic servo and solenoids. Solenoids quite easy to make, I guess. Flux electrum ingots and wiring. So if I wait for this one to come through and I'll show you how to make that. There we go. So we need to make ourselves some solenoids. So, fluxed electrum ingots, easier than it is. It's just pyferum dust, I think it is, and... Oh, it's flux electrum blend and pyferum dust. So to get the blend, quite easy, I think, if I remember. Yeah, I remember. Here you go. So it's just electrum blend plus redstone into the, you know, the fluid transposer. To get the electrum blend, I clicked the wrong one there. Jesus Christ. I hate it when you do that. I should hold shift more, shouldn't I? It'd make it much easier. Oh, goddamn. Solenoid, this, and then we go across to the flux blend, and then we want to go back across to the electrum blend. And the electrum blend is obviously, you know, from an electron ingot, which we've had before, which is just tin and gold, if I remember. So let's get a stack of that, because we're going to need some, I won't say a lot, I'm going to say we're going to need some of this. So we'll put that in there, or is it just dust? No. Electrum, let's put that in, there we go. Electrum dust blend, yeah, so that should be right, shouldn't it? Silver and gold. Okay, so it turns out it was silver, not tin. I got, you know, they look the same. I knew it was a white ingot, I just didn't know which one. And then, obviously, once you've got these ingots, you'll obviously want to smelt them down into dust. So you could get yourself 6, put them in there like that. We have some pyferum dust. Let's check how much we've got left. We have actually 1, so there you go. We're going to have to make some more of those bad boys. But yeah, you could just leave those to do if you want. Maybe just whack them back in. Let's get for that one. Okay, so obviously, like I say, you want to wait for those to be done, and then obviously you want your pyferum dust. So to make the electrum blend, I've actually forgotten. It's on here though. Which one is it? Yeah, so it's just the electrum blend, which is obviously your dust version, obviously, and then you'll obviously want some redstone. So you should have a lot of redstone if you've got a like a quarry or a system set up for that. Let's just put the whole. Actually, should we be greedy and put that in there, or should we not? That's not actually. Let's just put in 16 for now. And then we want our electrum blend. We need to turn that into this first, which is okay. Yeah, that's correct. So 2 of those makes 1. So we put that in there. 16. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, so damn it. Let's put 1 more in because it's 17. So make it not an even number. Otherwise, it's not going to melt down, is it? So we need 3 of these, and then we need to use the ingots of something to make them into what we actually need them for. I've forgotten, obviously. Oh no, so you just need 2 of those, sorry. Tell a lie. And that makes 2 back. So put those in there just like that. Get those out for the moment. Put those in there, out the way. And then hopefully, very slowly, this should obviously put us down into... Do you know what I mean about the long process about this? Some of them are quite easy to make, you know, for the machine uses modular power suits. Like, some of these modules, they're easy to make, but they're just kind of tedious in the way, you know, you got to keep doing all this stuff. You got to have loads of this and stuff like that. So obviously, you know, that's why I said I'm only building 1 on episode, just to kind of show you, really. So now we should have 3, and then we do wiring. Wiring's obviously the easiest to make, if you know what I mean. Solenoid, there we go. And then There we go. So we need 4 of these. 3 and 4. Luckily we had enough. Don't know how much I had in the thing already, but obviously, you know, it's quite a lot. Flux crystal there. And as you can see, that's how to make 1 servo motor. And we've got to do that all over again as well. So there you go. So if I quickly make ourselves another one, just put that in there. Oh, it looks like we need some more wiring about time. Wiring, there you go, 12. I mean, that makes 12, you know what I mean? That one's quite nice. Nice and friendly on you there. Now we need the solenoids again. So let's R this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we ran out. Look at that. That's a shame. So we need to put in 6 more of this. 6. I'm not sure about maths anymore. If that's going to work or not. That'll give us 3. Oh, we need 1 more. Do I have... No, I don't. So if I get some if I get 1 electrum out. That's a shame that he's just having 1 missing. My luck, that is. That's all I'm saying. So electrum blend, put that in there, put in 2 more of those, there we go. Get this out, put that in there for now. Oh no, I didn't whatever, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Just get it put in there and done, I guess. Come on, just need 1 more. Come on, there we go. Okay, so that should be enough. Oh, last one, tell a lie. Thinks he knows, but he doesn't. So yeah, so like I say, once this one's done, obviously that'll be our servo motors done, and the other one to make, I forgot what it is now. We need a servo motor and something else, but I can't remember. Solenoid's go on the outside. I'll go back and check actually. So we've got 2 of those servo motors, and this is for the kinetic generator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you, because this control circuit, I'll show you, you know, how to make it, because I think this one's probably the lengthiest one, if that makes sense. Lengthiest? Longest? One of those 2 will work anyway. But yeah, so you can't actually use the control circuits from Mechanism, which is a bit of a shame because they're really easy to make. You've got to go for the long and winded one, which is this one over here. Which, as you can see, it's redstone gold chipset, which we made before. 3 wiring, 3 of those flux electrum ingots, and 2 gelid gems. Now we know how to make gelid, obviously. It's just a simple process of putting in a flux crystal, and you need 1,000 of those as well to make 1. 1,000 cryophorum again to make 1. So, like I say, lengthy process just to make 1 of those control circuits. So I'm going to make 3 of these, 1 to install the kinetic generator and 1 for next episode for the solar panel. And yeah, well, that'll be it really. So sorry about this was being a mixed match. It's been a while since I recorded a bit of this, hence why I'm a bit lossless and don't remember anything. And Mr. Robot over here doesn't seem to want to go back to base either. So while I try and get him back, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye for now.
Yeah, I am.